What's up guys, my name's Josh aka Late Bit from Limit Break Studios. Today we're going to have a look at the scenes view from Beatmaker 3. So there's been a lot of confusion on how to actually use the scenes view. Now I've come from a background using Ableton Live, and to me the scenes view was fairly intuitive. It's not quite as fully featured as Ableton, but it does a pretty close job. Okay, so let's have a look. We're just gonna stop this beat and we'll go into the scenes view. So you can see I've already set up the scenes in here. So what I'm going to show you is how I got here. If we go into the song mode, the first thing you'll want to see is up here. If you ever trigger a scene in the scenes view, these are playing, then what you'll find is in the song view, these will all be grayed out. So if you just press the play up here, they'll all come back. So what that's doing is that's defaulting to using the scenes rather than what's in the arrangement here. So I've got 3 parts of the track here, so I'll just play you that now, and we'll see the 3 different sections and then how we're going to then use them in the scenes mode here. Okay, and looped back around. So the important thing to be aware of is up here where it says playing song. This is where all your scenes, or your clips rather, are going to be. So that's my drums in bank 1. That's the electronic kind of detuned keys sound. And then we have the bass on D. Then we've got the lovely Rhodes from Neo Soul Keys. I love that app. Right, so what we've got here is 3 sections. So what the scenes view essentially is doing is looping one section, looping the next section, and looping the next section. So we've got our song in sections here, and what we want to do is take that first loop, we want to put that into a scene, the second loop, and that's going to go into a scene, and the third one. So what I've got here is you'll see each of these clips here, they're all 8-bar loops. Now what we want is each of these 8-bar loops from each part to be in a scene. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to delete the scenes we've already got. So you'll start off with just no scenes here. We're going to add a scene, and then we're going to have a look at our song. So we've got, okay, on the drums we've got pattern 1, or drums 1. So what I'm going to do is go to the drums, and we're going to get drums 1, drag that on there. Then if we go back to the song, we've got nothing in Cauldron, those electronic keys later on. So we are going to go down to Xeon, which is doing the bass, and that's pattern 1, bass 1. And then we're going to go, so there are a couple of ways to do this. You can either drag from up here, or you can long press and you can pick either 1 or 2, or whichever one you've got now. So we've got the Rhodes on Neo Soul Keys, so we'll go back to our scenes and we'll long press that, grab the Rhodes, and Bank F is muted, that's just a sample that I'm not going to put in today. So that, here we go, we press play on here, hey presto. So that's our first scene. Now what that's going to do is just going to play those 8 bars. Each one of these is 8 bars long, helps if they're the same length for looping purposes. Each of these is the same length, so they're just going to loop at the same time. Right, great. So that's one scene done. Now, if we add another scene and we go back to our song and we go, right, so just so it's easier to see, we've got drums 1, keys 1, bass 1. So we go back to scenes, so we go drums 1, keys 1, bass 1. And you'll see in the song, I've not got that same Rhodes in anymore. It clashes with these keys, so that's not going to happen. Right, so now scene 2. There we go. Now, so you'll see up here, 1 bar. What this is the scene launch quantization. So at 1 bar, when you hit one of these scenes, it's going to, on the start of the next bar, it's going to trigger those scenes. So you can have that in finer increments, half a bar, quarter of a bar, etc. Right, we only have our last section to do. So now this is essentially on the, let me press play here. It's essentially exactly the same as the second scene. The third scene is just the keys changed. So what I'm going to do is get that second one, I'm going to duplicate, long press, change that to keys 2, and then we're happy. So now we've got scene 1. So just before the end of the last bar on scene 1, and tap scene 2, and again. There we have scenes view. So they're just going to loop round and round and round. Now, one great thing about Beatmaker 3 is the scenes can be triggered not only from the scenes view here, but when we're on banks mode, we've got here scene. So you can see the same scenes I've set up in scenes mode. I've got scene 1, scene 2, and scene 3. So easy as pie. Let's go back to scene 1. Lovely. So what that means is, scenes mode, if we were, say, adding some extra pencil. You get the picture. So we can be adding whatever we want, sounds that are already on banks, and then we can quickly jump into scene view and go, hey, next section, go out of scenes view, then we can add some more things in. So obviously, if I was doing some rolls, beautiful. So that gives us the ability to arrange the track in real time without having to have it pre-arranged here in the song mode. Yeah, so scenes view. I hope you've enjoyed that. I hope you've been able to take something valuable from that today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'd really appreciate a like, subscribe, any of that support, and I'll see you next time.